Okay, what is up, guys? Yandere Neko here, aka the VTuber whose voice doesn't match their model. And today we got a special reaction, the season finale on the 15th anniversary of Death Battle, Ash vs. Yugi. Now, I already gave my thoughts on the matchup in the predictions, so if you saw my prediction video, to sum it up, Yugi should sweep, Shadow Game goes boo, you know how it is. So there's that. So what I actually want to talk about before the video drops is, I'm curious about how they're going to handle the tone of the fight. Because if you don't know, in America at least, the 4Kids dub is probably the most popular iteration of both characters. Yet, at least for Yu-Gi-Oh!, the original manga is far darker. Not saying it's like this gore fest, but, you know, there's guns, alcohol, swearing, cleavage, right? So, I'm wondering how they're gonna handle tone, because as much as I miss the Season 1 days of just edgy deaths every episode, fans aren't on board with that. They now want what's called series-appropriate deaths, you know. If you got an MK character on the show, you can dice him up all you want. But for more Disney-esque characters, you gotta play it safe, bloodless, you know, you gotta do like vaporization or something lame. Just making sure I'm recording. Is the model tracking? Probably not well, but point being, tone-wise, I'm wondering how edgy they're gonna make it. They're probably gonna play it safe because of the 4Kids dub, but here's hoping, you know. So, with that being said, episode's about to start in 10 seconds. I'm getting, hyped. Volume on. Hachi, Chi-Chi, Roku, Go, Shi, San, Ni, Ichi, Wei. Let's do this. I know a bit of Japanese.
Right, Pikachu?
Don't get ahead of yourself!
I see.
Ash Ketchum versus Yugi Moto.
Let's go,
Biggest
Yugi!
question from the playground. Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I'm already excited. No.
This is a big episode. Just look at how long it is. So thanks to our sponsor, Mad
How
Mushroom,
long
for
will
helping
this
us make it
be?
happen.
Yeah, go check out Mad Mushroom's newest game, Night Swarm.
Wait, this could be
It just
like an
launched and it's
hour-long
all about
game.
action.
Wait,
Collect
no.
companions and
we
claim
getting
your
a
throne as
30-minute
Vampire
episode?
Lord in this survivor-like
45
and
minutes?
roguelike RPG.
I kinda wanna know.
Double the like.
Each run is
Because,
another step on your journey to
I
wipe out
can't
hordes,
look at the
find new
episode
followers,
length when
unlock
it's
new
live,
quests,
you know?
and look cool while doing it. Look at that gear.
Night Swarm is on Steam now, and 15%
Well,
off for a limited
Oh,
time.
it looks more interesting than... You know what? It's not sports
Hello there.
gambling. I might
Welcome
check
to the
it
world
out.
of Pokemon.
All the kids get their first one at age 10. If you don't
I was
sleep in
always
like
the
Ash
five
Ketchum from
stage.
Pallet
No
Town.
matter the
Ash
game,
wanted to be a Pokemon
fire,
master, though he
well,
didn't really know what that
that's
meant
not
yet.
tied
How about
to,
taking down your
because,
rivals to be the very best, like no one
I
ever
was
was?
never an
Better than
Nintendo
Gary
kid,
and
so
his
could only
dumb
play at
groupies.
kids'
Well, Ash knew
houses.
he'd find his answers at the
I grew up
Pokemon
on
League
the
tournament.
Xbox.
So Oak hooked him up with
I
the
did
electric
collect Yu-Gi-Oh
mouse,
cards when I was a
Pikachu.
kid,
And
so
wait, he's your
that's
problem
my
now,
loyalty
stupid.
for life.
Pikachu was a lot. The new duo had a rocky start, but after an intense first day together, the rest, as they say, is history.
25 seasons, over 1,200 episodes, and the
Zero
cornerstone of
gym
2000s culture.
victories.
Ash spent decades as a 10-year-old on the great Pokemaniac journey.
We should note we are prioritizing the anime that Ash is
Well, I'd
from,
hate
which often differs
skipping
from the original
decades
games that
of
inspired it.
10-year-old.
Ash is equipped
Especially
with
'cause I was
tons of
awful
Pokeballs
my
and an
age,
all-knowing
so,
Pokedex. That's
you know.
also a Pokemon. But in a fight, Ash usually chooses Pikachu. Give the yellow red enough voltage and you'll regret it. Even ground types that would be immune
catch
to
up.
electric attacks in the
Yeah,
games
let's
can't
catch
stop what this Pikachu dishes out.
Yet somehow Ash is just
That's
fine
a
after
lot of
repeatedly getting zapped by
information I
this
gotta
same
read
electricity. Over time, Pikachu learned Volt Tackle, Electro Web, Electro Ball,
all
and
up.
Pikachu, use
Not
Thunderbolt!
a lot
The
to comment
perfect
on
attack
it.
for OHKOing flamboyant thieves and air balloons. Looks like they're blasting off again.
so clearly the anime doesn't follow the game rules. Like when
At
Pikachu
all.
shot himself with his own
Like,
thunder
that's the
while
thing
on
about
Swellow,
that makes
who,
monsters
you know,
sort
is
of
vulnerable to
not
lightning.
matter in
But
this
somehow
episode.
they use thunder as a
Both
super armor.
characters
Even
kinda
learned how to
break the
deflect
rules
attacks
of
by
their
just
own
spinning
game.
really fast.
So,
Whee!
can't really
Speaking of
bring up,
fast,
like,
Pikachu has intercepted
since the
lightning,
monsters
but
are
Quick
kind
Attack
of
increases that speed
irrelevant.
even more.
And his
Ironically
Iron Tail
enough.
really pairs well with Ash's offensive style. The guy plays crazy, opting for big damage over stalling.
Ash's
Hey,
style
that's
is
what I
so
do
unusual
too, you know,
that when a
watch
robot
them
scanned his
down.
tactics,
I hate
it
Pele
exploded.
swap.
As the great philosophers put it,
I'm a
if it
quite
works,
fierce
is
kind
it
guy.
still stupid?
Ash and Pikachu's bond is magnetic and brought them new allies. Misty, Brock, Serena, just to name a few. Underneath the stubbornness
yeah.
and crispy bikes, they are loyal friends.
Just like Ash's Pokemon. They're not just collecting dust in a shiny hunting box. Ash's League ID won't let him carry more than 6 at a time, but if he needs them, they'll all come running.
They're
Water
giving
types
him
like Squirtle
everyone,
and
yeah.
Lapras are key in seafaring fights,
Previews
and Ash can
have
combine
shown.
their water attacks with Glalie Ice Beam.
One time, his Weasel got frozen while using Aqua Jet, which is fine.
Should,
Now he's using
knock him
Ice
out
Aqua
of it.
Battering Ram.
Grass types like Bulbasaur and Torterra induce status effects and heal with synthesis.
But Sceptile's a menace. Yeah, so you got a big, scary Darkrai. Eat this Leaf Blade, Smeargle victim! Or that's what I would say if Tobias didn't action replay a frickin' Latios. Give my man a win, 4Kids.
Well, 4Kids just did the localization. They didn't
Okay,
write the
so
show.
now
They just
they're
get me
bringing
heated.
up
Almost as
4K.
much as Infernape's Flare Blitz. Then I'll set my Inferno to overdrive, get my revenge, and Incineroar. Haha!
Ash had a fiery passion for reaching the top ASAP, but Charizard wasn't on board. Pursuing pride over packs, Ash lost the Viridian Force for the trees and fumbled the Indigo League.
Harsh lesson,
Womp
but
womp.
one he needed. Ash started bonding with Pokemon at a deeper level, and that friendship motivated them to dodge light speed moves like Solar Beam and Psybeam.
Charizard
so
came
they-
around too.
that leaves
He's the
12
last one you want to see
alive.
on the field. Even if you have a Blastoise like Gary,
that's
Ash will
the
call
only,
for the
uh,
most unexpected
thing-
signature move.
Seismic Toss!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
The people's elbow of Pokemon.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Charizard's so
backing
strong,
up
his
with
flamethrower melts boulders.
So-
The Pokemon world is wild.
Ash's Pokedex spells
You know,
it out.
that's like the
Vanillix
only
causes
thing I'm
blizzards.
uncertain
Magikarp leaps over
about.
mountains and into space. Dusknoir pulls souls into the spirit world.
Oh, and Pikachu cleared a storm as wide as an island. Gotta catch 'em all.
Okay, well-
Surfetch, Butterfree, Heracross, Scraggy, Lycanroc, Palpitoad,
Looks like
Torkoal,
he has
Snivy.
a
With
better
new regions
stats than I
soar new
thought,
flying
but I
types
still
like
have faith in
Pidgeot.
Yugi.
On land, Ash has physical offense like Melmetal and Crocodile, and Gibble will drop Draco Meteors on anyone, but mainly Piplup.
You want physical?
womp
Look
womp.
at Ash. This twerp somehow
They're
carried
doing the
around a
meme.
Cosmoem,
They're
which
doing the
canonically
meme.
weighs over a ton. Oh, and this huge log that's basically a whole tree, he chucked it like it was nothing. Ash can choose his own hands if he wants, and he does a lot. Maybe his secret is watching the Minnesota Vikings.
Resilience is the bare minimum
What
to
the
HMO and
Vikings
cut
are
it in the tall
terrible
grass.
team. I don't
Humans
know
and
much
Pokemon
about
must
sports,
protect
but
and
they'll
enrich
pick
each other's
Pokemon a
lives.
lot.
Like Mimey, the Mr. Mime back home who mind boggles you with Reflect, Light Screen, and Psychic. Yep, that Mr. Mime, the stepdad who Ash caught in a Pokeball and brought home. Oh, so that's how it works.
Ash
Bad.
figured out new ways to bond with his pals with Aura.
I'm
It's
sure
a
Wolf
life force that
32
interacts with
are
souls
just
and links
have to,
Ash with Lucario.
This jackal
explanation
excels at
for how that
CQC and
works.
shoots steel beams and aura spheres. And with Mega Evolution, Lucario's power surges enough to defeat champion Cynthia's Garchomp.
A Mega would have been handy at the Safari
Oh,
Zone
God,
when Ash
gun
accidentally
for
caught 30 Tauros. And he keeps hugging them. Ash, they're bulls.
Ash genuinely loves his little guys, but boy does it suck to see him lose the Pokemon League over and over again. Kid, just turn the hat backwards and lock in.
Ash's strength is not in battle theory, but his nurtured bonds. He knows Pokemon feelings
Yeah,
better than
well,
anyone. With Greninja,
Bond
Ash
doesn't
learned to
help
synchronize their
an
senses and
AP
movements,
gap, you know?
transforming him into Ash Greninja.
It comes with a huge power increase, but there's a catch. Ash shares Greninja's pain. A small price to pay for the ultimate water shuriken.
Ash Greninja ran the ones with Champion Diantha's Mega Gardevoir, and just a normal Gardevoir can conjure black holes.
Ash's Pokemon
Okay,
and teamwork
well,
get along like rice balls
wait,
and jelly-filled
black hole
donuts.
level
They saved the
Pokemon.
world from Lysander, who tried to kill all life. They fought the giants.
know what, now, we are
the Reggie
plant
kind, not the New York
clusters
ones. Who halted Reggie Gigas, who can tow entire
still have
regions.
them.
Ash's team battled Steven Stone and Alon, who fought the terraforming primal forms of Groudon and Kyogre.
Yeah, don't get me started on Alon.
This is
Ash
like
did
rapid fire
everything right,
information
but
stuff
no,
over
Greninja still lost to his
Combusar.
Charizard after only getting hit 3 times. How does
Ah,
Blastburn
so
beat Water
glass
Shuriken?
cannon.
Get your type charts right, poor kids.
Boomstick 4Kids weren't even around anymore when this aired. Regardless, after his loss at Kalos, Ash
Where
traveled to
my,
Alola
laptop
and beyond to
feels like a
train,
nuclear
and thanks to some
reactor
really
right
delicious
now.
soup, his new Gengar Gigantamaxed.
Kaiju Gengar! He haunts foes with G-Max Terror, or even swallows them up. I bet it smells nasty in there.
Ash and Pikachu also scored a buff with their Z move. All they need is a power ring, some JoJo poses, and Thunderbolt will evolve into
10 million volt Thunderbolt! This Rainbow Lightning is their ace. You see this coming? You're cooked. Absorb electricity? Cooked. Fused with an Ultra Beast? Cooked.
Ash journeyed so much that monsters from another dimension are nothing to him. Naganadel is a poisonous sniper, and Solgaleo is basically the Sun God, a legendary Pokemon whose
third
Sunsteel
level
Strike
Pokemon.
lights up
Got
the
it.
universe.
Ash got a
Universal,
god in his bag
right.
for just being a nice dude. Smell you later, Gary.
In fact, when Ash and friends band together, they can halt Dialga's Roar of Time. And Dialga literally controls the concept of time. Is there a legendary Pokemon he hasn't befriended?
But it all started with Pikachu,
Okay,
so
you're
it was gonna
trusting the
end with
plan
Pikachu. In the Tournament of Champions and Alon, Ash faced the #1 trainer. Finally, after 3,000 years, we're free! 4 kids, let my boy win! Yes!
Sure.
One.
Ash did his best, and he had no regrets.
I guess
Now
he's
free to
zero
hand over
wins.
his torch to new bright-eyed
Comet was
trainers.
Ash realized that to him, a Pokemon Master was someone who was friends with every Pokemon. So he and Pikachu
Nah,
threw a stick in
title's
the air
mad
and
over
walked
with.
the way it landed. Because in the world of Pokemon, the journey continues.
Yeah, but I'm more about that #1
If
title.
you want to travel the world like Ash or look as rad as Yugi, then we've got the threads for you.
This battle is sponsored by Quince.
You'll like this. A bunch of Death Battle staff have owned Quince stuff for ages, so
No,
we
I
know it's
kinda
legit.
need
Quince
more
makes it
stuff.
easy to look sharp, feel good, and find
Fashion
gifts that
that's
last.
not like
From Mongolian
anime
cashmere sweaters to
suits.
Italian wool coats, Quince pieces are crafted from premium materials and built to hold up without the luxury markup.
Nice! This is totally a Kaiba fit right here. Just gotta pop up that collar.
Quince makes the essentials every guy
I'm a
needs.
sucker for
Denim,
leather
chinos,
jackets,
down
although I already
jackets,
got
wool
one,
top
you know.
coats, and leather styles built to last, just to name
Gotta
a few.
love it.
Each
Jacket
piece is
full of
made from
uniform.
premium materials. Oh, and by cutting out the middlemen and traditional markups, Quince delivers the same
give
quality
me a
as
fluff
luxury
up my
brands at a
back.
fraction of the
Yeah,
price.
boy.
So get your wardrobe sorted and your gift list handled with Quince.
Don't wait. Go to quince.com/deathbattle for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns.
All right, now
now
let's
available in
go
Canada
to
too. That's
Yugi's,
QUINCE.com/deathbattle.
Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/deathbattle.
Alright, now let's see what
Many
Yugi
a
has.
theorist
So
have
you
tried to
got-
solve the mystery of ancient Egypt. What was the secret to
They
such a
have music
glorious
in this
civilization?
and above
Time
concept
travel?
of
The
time,
divine
yeah.
hand? Aliens? Nah, they were gamers.
Egyptians played games.
Well, you
with
know, my
sorcery.
favorite
These
quote
magical
from Yugi,
ceremonies punish dark
age
hearts with
doesn't
swift
mean
death.
anything
The
to a
Shadow
real
Game.
gamer.
No, Wiz, they were
And
banished
no,
to
I'm
the
not gonna
Shadow
give
Realm.
context
Wink.
for that.
Sadly, the way of the Shadow Games was lost across time and the pieces of the Millennium Puzzle. It's said the one who solves the puzzle would pass judgment on evil. And in the modern day, Yugi Moto reassembled it and wished for a friend.
OG
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's
Turn
go.
that jam up! Yugi was a shy kid that helped run his
Season
grandpop's game
0.
shop.
But little did he know that completing the puzzle would link his spirit to an ancient pharaoh.
Yami, always willing to lend Yugi a hand and always on demon time while doing so. He's Anime Jigsaw. Yami wants to play a shadow game.
Whether it's griddle air hockey, Mario Party with chloroform, or the game that would take his
Or
world
the
and
original
ours
game
by
where you have
storm,
to stab
Duel
a sack
Monsters.
of money
It's
on
a
your
summoner's
hand
war.
without
Time to send
stabbing
monsters
you.
to the graveyard and take your foe down to
That's
0 life
fun.
points.
When Yugi's grandpa was kidnapped by the deranged CEO Seto Kaiba, Yugi knew it was time to knock him down the only way he knows how, playing a children's card game.
And for his L, Kaiba was given a penalty game. Lose or cheat against Yami at your own peril. With the puzzle, Yami can punish you in some seriously messed up ways. Illusions of being set on fire,
Picturing
swapping your
actions
soul,
to set
or the
people on
infamous
fire.
Mind Crush.
The Millennium Puzzle does far more than force hallucinations. It brings monsters to reality, forms barriers, manipulates probability, and seals away spirits.
You can't buy
Yeah.
this. It and 6 other Millennium
Probably
items are
building this
juiced
makes
up
it
by
kinda busted.
ghosts.
Despite Yami's retribution, Yugi wasn't aware of this darker half. Yami had amnesia, so he didn't know himself either. But after a run-in with enemy Millennium Ring user Dark Bakura and some seriously hardcore LARPing, Yugi and Yami learned each other's shtick and made the dynamic duo.
With friends Taya, Tristan, and their
Anzu,
left leg
Hanza,
Joey, Yugi and
and
Yami
Jono-
were ready for
Jonochi.
anything.
Because Yugi
I
had a
hate
great early
that
deck.
they used
Monsters
the,
for offense, spells for effects, and
localized
traps for
names,
setups.
especially
Oh,
the
and
standard in the
Exodi.
manga,
Oh,
man.
there they go.
Okay,
on,
if
you
Yugi's
can't
deck is
not
so
give
good,
him
why isn't it the
Exodia.
meta? Put me in, coach.
That's
Face my
easy.
2,000 card deck.
Don't be too quick to judge. Yugi's a very clever strategist. His style works best at maximizing the use of so-called terrible cards.
Yeah, cool story, Wiz. But what's he gonna
Use
do
your
about the
monsters,
3 blue
gypsy
eyes
dogs.
Kaiba's got aiming at his
All
dome?
of them,
Simple.
basically.
Summon the monster card Karibo and have him multiply. With a 1,000 strong meat shield, a dragon's breath is a gentle breeze.
Well, okay. Didn't know Yugi had that dog in him. But I'm about brute force. Buster Blader and Celtic Guardian are sick, nasty swordsmen. Summon Skull shoots bolts of lightning. And the giant soldier of stone can destroy moons.
Time Wizard's
Well-
better. It's a living clock that fast forwards or rewinds a
Moon
local
level
area of
sounded
time, turning
impressive
monsters to
until
infants
they
or
dropped,
wizards into wise
a universe
sages.
Speaking of
Pokemon.
wizardry, you can't have a
That's-
Yugi deck without his right hand, Dark
gotta-
Magician, and
you
his
gotta up
apprentice,
those
Dark
AP,
Magician
man.
Girl.
Both are masters of dark
Gotta get the
magic,
fuse.
and Yugi often pairs them with
Not
the
gonna lie,
damage redirecting magic
Dark
cylinder.
Magician
Now that's
Girl's
thinking with
kinda
portals.
wood.
There's support monsters too. Catapult Turtle is a bot with a cannon that literally launches other monsters. And when Yugi comboed it with Gaia and Swords of Revealing Light, which immobilizes monsters, they brought down an entire fortress. Wait, that's not how the card game works. Is he cheating?
Well, we're prioritizing the manga and anime over anything else, which can differ from the real-world card game.
Yugi also has tons of spell cards. Monster Reborn resurrects a fallen friend. Turn Jump is a time skip. And Pot of Greed lets Yugi draw 2 more cards, like Pot of Greed, which lets him draw 2 more
more
cards,
cards.
like...
If things
Pot
get
of
dicey,
greed.
he has more trap cards to level the field, like Dimension Sphinx, which reflects damage directly back at the opponent's life points.
And if his monsters and life points get wiped, he can just press Ctrl-Z with Mirage Ruler to get them all back.
Pair these cards with Yugi and Yami's teamwork, and nothing could stand in their way. Not even the game's own creator, Pegasus.
Get this, Pegasus can read minds. So in their duel, Yugi
They
and Yami kept
kept
swapping
swapping
souls
minds.
Freaky Friday style, trusting each other to pick up on the strategies they left behind. And the mind reader
Kinda
was
based.
stumped. Yeah, they cheated.
No, Pegasus was reading their minds. Regardless, Yugi and Yami are an excellent dueling pair.
Yeah, that's the
Yami
only
trusts Yugi
thing
to improve
about
on
the
his
Shadow
plans,
game.
while Yugi expects Yami to be his bolder half.
They're not just smart. These
what
card-slinging geeks are
considered,
somehow expected to be fit enough to dodge lasers, resist getting their souls ripped out, and survive attacks from duel monsters. Even the most common duel monster can cause tsunamis, rain down meteors, and wreck cities.
And all of this power
That's
culminated
big,
in
uh,
Battle City,
well, yeah,
hosted
Ash
by
has more
Kaiba
physical
Corp.
Because
Crazy
Kaiba
strength.
really wanted that salty run back
Yugi
against his
scales to
rivals.
his
Salt
monsters
only
of
surpassed
past.
by Yami's biggest hater, Merrick, who wanted the 3 Egyptian god cards to take him out. These cards were Slifer, the Electric Dragon, Roth, the God Phoenix, and Obelisk, who strikes with the power of infinity.
This was a different ball game altogether, but Yugi was starting to stand on his own 2 feet.
So Yami and Yugi kept dueling on in a battle city that never wants to end. Or stop bullying Joey. But to claim the Egyptian gods,
No,
Yugi and Yami
that's
had to
a big
face them in
monster
duels,
called
pulling off some ridiculously high IQ plays.
When battling Slifer, they used a handful of weak cards to create an infinite combo of attacks that went past the god's limits.
And later, Yugi combined Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl's magic into Black Burning Magic, promptly defeating Raw.
This ain't new for the magicians. In the movie Bonds Beyond Time, they did something similar against Paradox. It's kinda crazy that together, the magicians can defeat the 10-star gods, which are way stronger than mid-tier monsters that are 5 to 9 stars.
Mid-tier cards aren't pushovers. Darkhold Dragon is a sentient black hole, planet alignment moves solar systems,
Okay,
and
solar
Jaden's Glow
system
Neos
level.
destroyed a relativity field that spawned an entire universe.
But at the
Okay,
top would be the
Universal
great
Yu-Gi-Oh!
evil
Let's
god
go.
Zork, who showed up to plunge
My
existence
faith in
into the
Yugi's
realm
been
of darkness.
restored.
It was time for Yugi to finish the puzzle of who Yami really is.
If the monsters weren't real before, they sure were now. Everyone has soul energy, Ba, which manifests as Ka, or a spirit. When used in tandem with the bonds of his cards, Yugi can will dual monsters into reality, even drawing anyone he wishes by believing in the heart of the cards.
Heard of the
I knew
codes,
it!
let's
He's been
go.
cheating all this time. He doesn't just make up rules, he's stacking his deck.
Not at all. For Yugi, drawing the card he needs isn't just luck, it's an actual skill that he developed. It's even expanded in following series like GX and 5Ds.
Okay, well, I'd be the king of games too if I could just decide I
Yeah,
have a royal
that
flush every round.
sounds like
Whatever.
cheating,
Yami
not
rediscovered
gonna
his
lie.
Egyptian
Yeah.
past, his multiple
I
lifelong
wish I could
bonds,
draw the
and
tiles
his real
I
name,
want on
Atem.
those family
Claiming his
bonds
place
on
as the
that.
ruler of the afterlife, Atem fused the Egyptian god cards to summon Harakti, the creator of light.
She's the ultimate duel monster
Okay.
who banished Zork and all of his scary darkness for good.
Exodia,
The epitome
not
of screw you,
needed.
I win.
No kidding, for Harakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's multiverse with that same light.
multiverse,
Judgment had
good to
passed.
know.
Across many duels, evil was vanquished. There was only one more thing left to do.
A post-game boss duel between Yugi and Atem.
Their farewell was both climactic and bittersweet. Yugi had grown as a duelist and a person. His victory proved that he no longer needed Atem's help to be his bolder half.
Even when Atem was an entire dimension away or busy slapping the end of existence, he and Yugi would
Whoa.
always be bros.
That-
Okay, it should have been me, not him. I'm sorry I called you a cheater. I was jealous. You're so cool.
Yugi moved on to a career in game design and passed the torch to future duelists. He would be remembered as the greatest duelist there ever was.
Except to Kaiba, who tried to ascend to the afterlife to rematch Atem. Goes to show you that money can't buy you
Whoa.
happiness, but it sure can buy you a sweet rocket ship.
There will
Killed
always be
himself
another
just
story,
to,
another duel, another
one
game,
by one
and you won't
to
find yourself a better
die.
opponent than the
That's
king of
crazy.
games.
Would it be me, you know? I don't
The
think
Battle
it's
of the
that
Millennium is
deep.
about to
I'm
start,
not-
but we wouldn't be able to make it happen
I'll
without
pick
some help from our
myself
friends
just
at
for a
Raycon.
win.
That's right. This message is sponsored by Raycon. If you're
Already
looking
got
for a
them.
holiday gift,
Well, not
Raycon's
the one
essential
for you.
open earbuds should be at the top of your list.
But-
Regular earbuds block
No,
out
Raycon
everything,
are
but
nice.
these beauties sit so perfectly in the ear you get both real clear sound and also what's happening around you. Exactly what I need when I'm out lawnmower racing, or bike riding, jogging, whatever normal people do.
We're happy that
So
Raycon is a
after gathering
longtime
up all
sponsor
the
of our show, and for
information,
good reason. They have over
and
3 million
eventually
customers who are
watch
getting
this
premium
not
sound quality for half the
possibly
price.
the
And if you don't
analysis.
like your earbuds, they
But
have a
sounds
30-day
like you have
guarantee,
the
so there's
better
practically no
scaling,
risk.
They're
better
lightweight, last up to 8
versatility,
hours on one charge,
better
and with multi-point
BS
connection, I
is
can
way out of
wirelessly hook them up to
stuff, man.
multiple devices. So they're
You
super
know, I'm
handy.
pumped.
The essential
Gonna
open
be-
earbuds are here for the holiday season,
I'm
and
just
they're
looking
selling
forward to the
fast.
show
Raycon
now.
audio products are up to 20% off this holiday
Just
season.
looking
Just
forward
click
to
the
the
link in the
show.
description or go to buyraycon.com
Talking until the
/deathbattleopen
afterwards.
to save on Raycon audio products site-wide. Order by December 15th to guarantee delivery by Christmas, because
I
great
really
gifts
hope my
shouldn't show up
base
late.
model still tracking. Should be.
All
That's
right, the
something
combatants
to watch.
are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
You know, that's happened
Before we start,
before.
let's lay some ground rules.
We're treating this as a real-time fight, much like typical battles in the Pokemon anime and duels later on in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. And
Got it.
given that the rules of Pokemon and duel monsters are clearly incompatible, we'll allow them to summon anything that's reasonably available to them.
It's time to death battle!
Got it. So they're not gonna do any of that rules BS. So. Death battle. Oh. Let's go. This is nice. Got the classic pixelized. And now it's fun. Alright. Come on, took that bump. Good move.
You
Good
okay, Pikachu? This 4-on-4 is tricky. Hang in there.
You have Spirit, but I have Lightning Blade and Excalibur to boost my attack, and I set one card face down to end my turn.
Whoa. Okay, guys, it's our turn now. Pikachu, throw him up with quick attack. Everyone else, back him up. Great
Go
job.
right.
Now,
Some better than
Thunderbolt.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You forgot about my face down card. Rise! Dimension Space!
Alright, let's go. And he passes out.
Oh, I get it. Good thing we brought them all, right, Pikachu?
What do you mean, them all?
Let's get to a stampede of Pokemon.
Charizard, I choose
But we know he can always reset the Pokemon. Okay, so this is just random effects on the screen. There's the effect. I think it's because they're only supposed to be like 5'8" or something. There would be something you can ride into battle. Okay, some dodge too.
Aha!
That might spell disaster to Ash if this strong code come out through. Most likely, but look at me get a Kamehameha. Oh, that'll get you time. That's gonna be fun. Quad ninja.
I'm sorry, partner. Don't worry. It's my turn now.
Okay, time for you'll get a lock
I
in.
just need to believe
Heard of the codes, let's
in the
go.
heart of the cards.
Who's that Pokemon?
Araxi, goddess of light!
Okay,
This is
no,
it!
it's some
Magician,
codes coming out
flash-burning
this
magic!
season.
Araxi, Joser!
Okay, no. Okay, dude, I think Ash might win this one if he's drawing his pump code off. If this is drawing his pump code too. That's not great.
Pikachu, let's finish this. Together!
Okay, well.
10 million volt Thunderbolt!
You activated my trap card! Magic
Bing.
Cylinder! With it, I'll send your Thunderbolt back to attack your life points directly!
Alright, good news. Well, they're all turned to stone.
That was an awesome duel, Ash.
Welp, called it.
Oh, my childhood. Whiz,
Yeah.
quick. I need your tears. We
I
can
was
save
not
him.
a
There's a lot to
Nintendo
this, so
guy,
let's break it down by experience, strategy, and monsters. Starting with experience. Both Ash and Yugi have risen to the top, beating the best of the best, and traveled all over the world.
But Ash traveled more, was in more tourneys, and saved the world way more often. And despite what people say, he wins a lot.
Even Atem's stint as the Pharaoh doesn't tip the scale since he wasn't in charge for very long. Plus,
Guess
Pokemon
we
evolve
got
over
that
time,
one wrong,
literally
but-
and figuratively. While Yugi's deck is obviously adjustable, the cards are unchanging, unable to grow like Ash's Pokemon.
So Ash wins in experience.
Yeah.
But when it comes to strategy, he's a wild card.
He's skilled at improvisation and using the environment to win. Even machines cannot comprehend his tactics.
But the same goes for Yugi. Gotta remember, Yugi and Atem's teamwork is second to none. They're masters at exploiting weaknesses, setting up tricks,
I
and
don't
surprising
think that
foes
is-
with so-called weak cards.
Both could likely adjust to each other's unpredictability, so a Dark Horse style win was unlikely.
But Ash's secret weapon is his bond with his Pokemon, boosting their power. I'm not just talking about Pikachu. His power of friendship invented an evolution for Greninja. That's crazy. Ash's trust in his
Wow.
Pokemon knows no limits.
Silly as it may sound, Yugi trusts his
Bond
deck in the
is
same
in
way.
everything,
The heart of the
you
cards
know?
is real, and Yugi is
AP
determined to support his monsters with
will
spells,
destroy
traps, and buffs.
Bond
Look at his
and
duels
dead.
with American Paradox, where he bolstered his weaker cards to
That's
take down
how it
gods.
is.
With Ba and Ka, his bonds with his cards manifest them into reality, not so dissimilar from Ash Greninja.
Yeah, Ash has aura, but he never mastered it. And specialties like Mega Evolution and Gigantamax, while awesome, only work with specific Pokemon.
And since Ash focuses on offense far more than support, Yugi could control the pace of the fight with cards like Swords of Revealing Light and
That
Magic
is
Cylinder.
awesome.
But I know some of you are asking, what if
Ash?
Ash threw hands? The kid's strong enough to chuck trees and lift baby gods. Just punch him, man. Well, Yugi's similarly tough, and the Millennium Puzzle can make shields, steal ghosts, cast illusions, and mess with minds. If Ash actually tried to punch him, it'd be Mewtwo all over again.
It's a close call, but Yugi takes the edge in strategy.
So it all comes down to the monsters. Yugi had a slightly larger pool of monsters, but Ash's can clear out island-wide storms, fight terraforming beasts, and are stronger than the black hole summoning Gardevoir.
However, Yugi's can rain down meteors, compete with larger black holes, and even the mid-tier scale to Glow Neos, destroying that relativity field with a universe. And Herakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's whole multiverse,
Yep.
surpassing even Solgaleo's
Dimensionality
Sunsteel Strike
scaling.
and Dialga's Roar of Time.
And Yugi had more than just monsters on the field. Ash's strength was also his weakness. His power was evenly spread, reliant only on his remaining Pokemon.
If Mr. Mime faints, no more Psychic Barriers. If he lost Lucario, no more Mega Evolution. And so on. The longer the battle went, the less Pokemon Ash had. And he did not have a reliable way to bring them back. He doesn't carry revives on him, and even then, reviving Pokemon in the anime is entirely different from the games. Meanwhile, Yugi had cards like Mirage Ruler and Monster Reborn that could instantly recall powers he's lost.
And he can, bend fate to draw whatever card he wants. And we didn't even cover them all. Really, Yugi's deck has no pathetic cards.
Exactly. Yugi's versatility and power swept Ash's options,
Will they
giving his
reveal the
monsters the
next
lead.
time,
He just
given
needed the
now
right
on a
moment to
really
knock Ash
schedule
stone
event
cold.
season?
That was a good attempt at a fun whiz. You might not think it's Pharaoh, but Ash got Yugi owned.
The winner is Yugi Moto.
Any next time.
Death Battle will be back in
Oh,
2026. But right now, you can check out our brand new channel. It's
No
called
next
Nightly
time.
Brew. And we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, Blood on the Clock Tower, and other games that'll probably blow up in our face. So,
Well, that's the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I was right that Yugi won. Disappointed we didn't get a next time, but catch y'all in the next video.